How are you doing, Ralph here, Ralfy Customs. At time of filming, we're 10 away from 13,000 subs. I'm blown away, guys. Thank you so much. It's just fucking brilliant. So happy days, yeah. Let's do it. Now then, we have a package. Oh, excuse me. And it is a fucking lift. It's a jack, like a trolley jack, but it's an airbag. Look at that. With a wheel and handles, well, a handle, and valves, control valves and stuff. So I've been sent this by those nice people at Viva to do a review on, which I will do in due course. So keep your eyes peeled for that one. And I'm seriously considering recommissioning the Harrison mill and putting it somewhere here because no one's bought it. So if you want it, buy it quick before I put it back in service and it won't be for sale anymore. And finally, we're on to our Nigel's GS1000. I'm going to either get it on the bench there or lift it up or something so I'm not grovelling on my hands and knees to work on it. Right, the struggle is fucking real. I am not prepared to spend all day it's going to be on my hands and knees working around this, you know, fucking myself up, grovelling on the floor. So I want to put it on the stand, but it's too long. The bike, not the stand. Now, this is not a new problem to me, but I think it's time I did something about it. So what I'm proposing is this extension piece is the original ramp that is too fucking short because every bike I work on's low and it grounds it out. So I made that. It's along there, this long lead up ramp, pretty much as soon as I got this bench light. What I'm thinking is I can use this as an extension. I can weld it on the back here, yeah? This has got angle line there, so if I clean this fucking round stuff off, cut through these welds and break this round bar off and then weld some angle line on it so it's flush with this face, and then I can butt it up to this one and clamp it and weld it, should be a good one. Job should be a good one. And then I can drill 2 holes this end to take the ramp like those 2 holes. Okay. So what I've got to do is cut these studs off and drill 2 holes where they are. Cut this round bar off and weld some angle line on there so it's got plenty of support. Clean all the paint off like where I'm going to weld it on this and then clamp them together and weld it up. And I think that I'll squeeze longer bikes on here then. It should still be alright. I don't think it'll be unstable for it. So I think that might be this morning's fucking endeavour. Because I've tried my jack, bless it. I've tried my blocks. And it's just not coming together like. Excuse me, I lost my voice. Well, you'll see. I've turned into Tom Jones. So we'll fucking do that, I think. Fuck it. No, so a bit of grinding to start with. This is fucking going to be tougher than I thought. I can tell now. Get my big hammer on the job. So let's see what I'm doing here. Oh no, it's gone. Happy days. Hopefully this one will do the same. Yeah. This one. Yeah. Whee! Cooking on gas, boys. Yeah, not that one. But look at. Right, I've foregone the angle line and gone for my good-haired fucking friend box. Simply because I ain't got any angle line that's going to do it. So box section will be even better. It's even better. So I'll get this welded on in a few places. Across the ends, not sure. I'll get some welds on this end, I think, but then they need to be sanded flat again. So won't go mad with that. And then we'll go and clean the ramp up and get it ready to weld this on. So my new eyes, guys. Now my helmet's a bit loose, so let me see. Get some tacks on. Right, that's tacked up. I don't think. Oh, I'm going to say I don't think I've got an earth. What I have. So get some better welds along here. Right, let's get this jacked up because we don't want to be grumbling. We've got that clamped in place. There you go, to move it a bit. So I'll get a few welds on here and there, and then we'll look at an issue that obviously has just made itself apparent, because nothing ever goes that smooth, does it? So anyway, I'll get some welds off camera. I'll weld that on there, and then we'll look at stage 2. So that's on. Everything's cool, everything's small. The problem that I've got now... What's that? Yeah, you at the back there, what do you reckon? Exactly. Is the weight bias is it's going to fucking tip up. Basically, these wheels, this bit, the bottom, needs extending now. At least the same. Fucking hell, it's one thing leads to another, isn't it? So, again, I think we're going to have to go with trusty old box. We can either fit some stabiliser bolts, like outriggers, to stop it, or we could, see they're held in with a circlip, so we could possibly take this axle out and find a bit of tube that it fits up and sort that out, refabricate some doodahs with a doodah. All of this, all of the mechanism falls forward, so nothing would foul if I choose to do a lattice, which probably fucking will. I might tip it over, I might fucking flip the whole thing upside down and have a look at making these outriggers, extending the base of it really. It could probably be wider as well. Wider wouldn't hurt, like if I got some material that I can make this spindle out of and a tube to take that spindle, then a subframe that welds on here that takes it wider and longer would be fucking peachy. So 10-minute job's turning into a morning's work, isn't it? There you go, you know, it's all improvements, onwards and upwards. Hey ho, look, it's fucking turned belly up. So we've flipped it and fucking as ever. And I am thinking extend these with a wider axle. And I don't have to make like a fucking A-frame. I can just extend them straight and then do the axle wider and put some outriggers holding the sides of the axle. Not that it's going to twist like, I don't think. So, I'll see what material I've got. I think it's going to be the trusty old box section. I've definitely got no U section like that. That's not something I've ever owned. I could probably cut some box section into a U, but that's just daft. So, we won't be doing that, I don't think. Alright, we're using the remnants of the steelwork that we made the fucking grow room tent frame out of. And we're going to cut 4 bits about 18 inches long and then 2 bits a bit shorter, and we're going to make a little H kind of, and that's going to weld on the back of that jobette, I reckon. That's my plan so far. We'll see how it goes. Righto, so I've took the wheels off, and that's not a bit of solid bar running through a tube, it's a bit of solid bar turned down at the end, so I can't reuse that unless I chop it out, and it's no fucking point. I suppose I could cut them rails, couldn't I? And weld it on the other end. I could do that, couldn't I? Could though. I don't know if it's going to fucking save me anything. It's going to make a bit of a well, it is a fucking bench at the minute, isn't it? So We'll see how we'll go with that. Righto, here's the plan. We've got 4 bits of this because I've not got any lengths, long lengths, so we're going to weld them together just like we did for the roof. Oh, there goes my bandsaw. Right, this is a great bandsaw. It's been fantastic. I've had it forever. I think, although I'm not sure because I've had it that long, that it was my late stepdad's, Ken, bless him. The only issue really is if you try and rush it through a job, then the blade jumps off, not one snaps. Well, the blade snaps in this case, so you can't push it too hard and you can't push it too fast, but if you look after it, then it'll look after you. So I'm going to see if I've got another blade and get that changed, and then get back on the job light. Right, so we don't have a new bandsaw blade. We've had to put one of the old spares on. It's not cutting terrifically quickly, but we're not that much to do now, so we'll manage. There's another one here I could try. I always, if they don't snap, when I change them, I'll keep 1 or 2 spare for emergencies, just like this, you know. I want to get this job done. I've ordered a couple of blades, they'll be here tomorrow. And I'll put a fresh one on when they come. Let's get these tacked up and weld it together. Nicely. First bit of good luck today is I'm looking at how I'm going to join this up to that and whatnot. And I'm thinking it's going to be that and plate it and fuck about. But look. Fucking it fits inside. So, I'll make a H out of this. Bear with. Kind of something like that. I'm thinking that end will fit in the frame. This end will have that spindle, actually, that big bit of solid bar look that's on there, so that could go in there, look. Be cut off to suit, and then have the spindle running through the end of this. That's going to be tougher than a butcher's dog. It'll be stronger than it was because it's in box. And then, because I'm going to leave that long, that bar, maybe not that fucking long, but longer than the standard width of the spindle, I might do that. I might fucking do something like that and then weld it to that, actually, so it's stronger. I'll have a think. Let me have a think. You'll know when I know. Okay, so we've made a frame, and what a sturdy frame it is. And these are going to slide in to the existing, however far it goes till it hits that axle. And this is going to be the new axle. It's going to stick out a bit more than the old one to give us a bit more stability. And we will just weld it to this fucker. We don't need to. I suppose we could really. I mean, if we really wanted to, we could do that, couldn't we? We don't need to though, do we? No, but it'd be cool, wouldn't it? Kind of, but it should only be welded at the ends if we did that. Oh, that one is. Yeah, fucking decisions. Hey, it's not easy. No, fuck it. I'm just going to weld it on the end. Just going to fucking do that. That'll be strong enough. Plenty strong enough with 3 big welds on top and bottom. So, what I'll do, I will take this over to the lathe and we will machine the ends down to match the old axle type action. I know, so we need, according to my technical drawing, 47mm long, 14mm diameter, and then there's a little groove for a circlip. So we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I'm thinking I might be able to go a bit faster. Where are we at now? 300. Let's try fucking 480. I'm not sure how this will fare, to be fair, but let's give it a clean up and a measure. It should be about 20mm, so change from feed. Yeah, that's not bad. I'll give that a measure. We are at 19.42. So I'll set my digital readout. X is 19.42. Well, what do we want it? 14. There we do. So we'll go. There's 14. And we also want it 47 along, don't we? Now I'm not too fussed. It could be 50. Don't matter, like. I think that's too fast. I'm going to slow it down. Bear with. So we're going to go back to 300, which is that in the middle and that way. Yeah. Right, we'll touch off and we'll go along 47 mil at that. So it's not going to be the most thrilling ride. So you can join me again once we get there, I reckon. I know. So we're on 42. Make sure it's not going to clout the fucking chuck. That'll be a bad day. Come on. 45. 46 and a half. 47. There you go. So that's that. I'll just put a chamfer. Where's my file? Just put a chamfer on the end. And now I need to look at cutting the groove for the circlip. Although I could just put the wheel on, put the washer on and put a blob of weld on it because we're not stripping it down. Yeah, fuck it, I'll do that. I think the reason I'm dicking around and not cutting a groove is that I've not got a tool. I'll have a quick look, but I don't think I've got any tool steel that's going to cut me a skinny enough groove. But actually I have. And of course I could grind a tool. You know, that's not, we can always do that. We've got plenty of tool steel. My point is that I don't want to be fucking around making a tool to do 2 grooves to hold a circlip on. When I can put a blob of weld on the job, ain't it? So let's get this set up then. So I will probably do this off camera because it's just me. Oh, you can't even see me anyway. I'm doing it off camera, look. So we're putting this in the tool holder. Hey, don't fucking. Let's zoom you out. Right, there you go. So we'll get this in the old tool holder and then we'll check for height. Yeah, nice and snug. We don't need a lot sticking out, do we? We're only touching on and going in a couple of mil, like. It's no big deal, about 80 thou, if that. So just snug these up. Like so. And now with our height gauge that every good machinist, in my opinion, should make. Oh, look, that's well high. No, it needs to be flush with the top. Well low, I mean, not well high. So we'll have that lock nut undone, and then we'll screw this. We'll screw this bugger until it gets about right. So yeah, not bad. Maybe a little bit more. And we'll call that happy days. We'll nip that off, lock that off. I'll check them square. They'll come in with that 1, 2, 3 block against the chuck. Yeah, no gaps either end. And now we will just cut a little fucking groove for a circlip. Nice and steady. There we go. Job done. So we've turned 47mm down, 14mm. I could break them edges, but not bothered. And we've put a groove for the circlip. So that's one end of the axle done. We'll spin it around. Pretty long, isn't it? Fucking, it's gone up the tailstock. We'll spin it around. Went up the end of the tailstock then. Make sure that we've got plenty hanging out. So yeah, that'll do it. It's not fucking. I'm not worried about it flailing around like. And we'll do exactly the same with this end. So we decided to go straight on the end. We spaced it up so it sits about halfway. Again, nothing on this is crucial. But not but, and I'm thinking that, you know, I am. I'm thinking a bit of that action, just to tie it all together. I don't really think it needs it, but it won't hurt, would it? Yeah, let's make a plate. Let's make 2 plates that bridge this gap. So about that long, it's about right, isn't it? It touches everything and it clears where the wheel's going to be. About that long. We could even go 2-inch wide and taper it down to 20mm. That'd be knobby, wouldn't it? I don't think it needs it though, to be fair. Decisions. Right, kiddos. So we decided to just use a bit of angle iron on the end there and finish it off. Just to finish it off, you know. It's fucking no, strong enough already. It ain't going nowhere. So that subframe, or frame even, is now ready. Cleaned up, look on the ends for the overlap where it fits inside. What I'm thinking before I do that, because it's going to be in the way after, is to put a bit of box along here, just like they got angle iron, look, to support it, just so this end don't fucking flap about like. So I'll get on and do that. Of the quiet life, because it's the one you'll never know. Right, so that's tacked on there. Welded the braces on the bottom. Give it a weld up, get the wheels on. Happy days. And there we have it, boys. Wacky Races fucking table time. Ramp on. I'll get it dropped down. Well, I won't. I'll build up this end. I'll get the hook back on and the wheel clamp and all that chucked on there. Off camera light. I'll build it back up like fucking so. Etc. etc. And then we should be good to fucking go. It's a long one and it's a strong one. So the only thing I've not done is put an upright, a collapsible, you know, it folds down. And to be honest, I didn't think about it till after. So that negated that. And it's a lot of faffing and fucking about, making pins and pivots and making sure it's in the right place, like, so it don't fuck itself up as it goes down. But there you go. I reckon it'll be sound. Sound as a pound. First fucking one on the block there now, Nigers. It's on the back there. I'll get the ramp off and get it jacked up and strapped down and fucking, and reckon that we're onto a winner. That is such a fucking back saver. Well worth the time, boys, well worth the time. So there it is up in the air. Now, because one thing leads to another, there is, within these them uprights that are not quite upright, there's a bit of flex light. We've got a bit of a wobble on if we give it a good shake. Now I've strapped it to the base to minimise that. And to be fair, it ain't fucking going anywhere at that. What I'm seriously considering doing is making up some uprights that go there. Yeah, I really fucking am. That just go in place there, just to stop that. And they could just be removable. They could be on a peg at the bottom, and they just sit under there like, you know, just you fold them up and down when you use them. They don't need to be pivoting, fixed. I don't know what I mean. If I had some angle iron. If only I had some angle iron, I reckon I'd be in there, you know. We could do that, couldn't we? Yeah. Oh well, it's good enough like that. That's fucking solid. And it's not always going to have a bite that long on it. If the bite was shorter, so the back wheel was where it should be, here, it'd be right over them. So that would be more sturdy again, like, you know, it won't be such hangy-offy. But that'll do. There's a lot of backache, like I said, a lot of backache saved there. I just want to have a think about those rear uprights. You know what? I ain't happy with it. So I'm just cutting up some flap. Come on. And I'm going to make some offset angle, some 2" by 1" angle line. Excuse me, bear with. Scream if you want to go faster. Which I will then fit at the rear. At 2 foot centres. Those two are 2 foot centres. So we're happy days there. I'll measure back or jack the back end up or something to make sure it's true. Otherwise it won't fold down. And we'll go from there. I reckon I'll just knock this angle line up quick. So, bit of the wide stuff, bit of the narrow stuff. And just weld it here and there like. You don't have to be fully welded. And then we'll round the corners off and come in 1 inch. And then go over to that and weld a bolt on, basically. Just nut and bolt it like. We'll weld the bolt on. So, 10.5 mil hole. Half and half from each end, like, well, inch and inch from each end. You'll see what I mean. I'll get that cleaned up off camera because this video is already getting a bit long. And I'll fabricate that angle line off camera, and you can join me as I'm fitting it, I guess. So we've got those bits of fabricated angle line, and we've put a bolt on, not bolt one end. We welded the bolt to the job light, put a nut on to hold it, and we've moved it about where we want it, and we've marked through the middle. Through the hole, I mean, look, there. So what I can do is undo my straps and lay it down and make sure that those marks line up. You can't see that. Oh, there you go. It's there, look. So we'll lay it down and offer this up, and hopefully that'll line up. And if it does, we'll weld the fucking bolt on. This end light, the far end, and then we've got bracing all over the shop, haven't we? And then we'll call it fucking done. So I'm going to carefully, off camera, drop it down. So the verdict is, it's not the fucking same. It's like 1 inch different. That's 1 inch further back. Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck? I might tack one on and see what happens. It might be this is drooping. This is, sorry. Might be this is drooping enough to throw that off. Either that or there's some strange triangulation going on with the fucking other two that I didn't pick up on. I know the middle one has got a ram, so it's a triangle. But the dot to dot from the top to the bottom axis is going to stay the same. It's not a variable plate. It's going to be still what it is like, so fuck knows. Maybe I made a mistake. Aha! I'm fucking chuffed as fuck, look at that. Hey? That's got it. Standing proud, that is. It's fucking right as high as it'll go, that is. So, what's it like on the wobbly doodah? It's, yeah. The bike moves on the table more than the table moves. Excuse me. And there's not even any nuts on them top bits. So the top of those, where are we? There. So they're not tight. So I think we can jolly well go with that. It's fucking gleaming. That is proper gleaming. I'm well pleased. Happy days. So I'm going to look. I'll get the nuts on, and I will weld it up. Weld the nuts on, unless I've got some nylox. Don't think I've got any nylox. M10. But I'll drop it back down. I'll weld the bolts on properly. I'll put nylox on and washers if I've got any. If not, I'll weld the nuts on or do something like that. And look for some grey paint. So we're about there. So that's it, done. I came in this morning thinking I'd get on and do some work on this at Suzuki, but I've ended up rebuilding the fucking table, which is quite magnificent if I say so myself. That'll do me. That's fucking happy days. That's years of backache saved. So there you go. If you want to see me actually doing some work on this, check out the next video. It just leaves me as always to say thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with me. If you like what you see, give me a thumbs up and a subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out on regular updates and all that shizzle. Check out my friends, merchandise and everything else in the description below, and I'll catch you on the next one. Lots of love, everyone.